I feel like, I am just about at the end of my days as a political commentator, because it looks to me like Americans don't really give a flying fuck about issues anyway.
Really? It seems like
Well,
they all
let me-
do. They're
let
talking
me-
about them left and right.
Let me ask you this. What is Hillary for?
Well, you're preaching to the choir on
No,
this
but
one.
what is Hillary for? Bernie made her agree to certain things, but, I've read people, not Bernie people and not Hillary people, who say what Bernie did was set up Hillary to demonstrate her capacity for political betrayal.
Platform.
Okay,
with.
so what she has a long history of, she's a long history of being pro-war. Hillary State Department oversaw the overthrow of Gaddafi and the destruction of Libya as a functional country. They oversaw, there's an argument could be made that they engineered the overthrow of Mubarak in Egypt and the destruction of Egypt as a functioning country. She oversaw the instigation of civil war in Syria, which has, been the basis of an enormous amount of human suffering that has caused a refugee exodus into Europe that is going to destabilize Europe completely. She oversaw the destruction of Venezuela. She oversaw the destruction of Argentina. These are a few things.
Right.
And then she oversaw the reawakening of a Cold War with Russia and oversaw the removal of a democratically elected government in the Ukraine and the installment of a fascist government that supports us in the Ukraine.
And yet, people are so excited about her. Really, I mean, I really want to understand that.
I think it really is an expression of the absolute immaturity of the American electorate. I think we vote for presidents like we vote for high school senior class presidents. The Clintons, when they were in the White House the first time, signed the North American Free Trade Agreement. That agreement functionally destroyed a manufacturing base in the Midwest. The town that I grew up in, Connorsville, lost 15,000 jobs to Mexico, and the unemployment rate in that county today is over 17%. It's one of the poorest counties in Indiana. But the story is the same story throughout the entire Midwest. Hillary has the worst of all the free trade agreements will be on her desk, TTP. And her vice presidential pick, specifically has been a big vocal supporter of it.
But Swamiji, if you don't vote for Hillary, then you're voting for Trump.
I think that one of the things is that this has been a brilliant campaign, long planned by the Clintons. Brilliant. Because I have no idea what Hillary Clinton is actually for, but that's perfectly fine because we know that, when we vote for Hillary, we're actually voting, we don't know what we're voting for, but we know that we're voting against Trump, who's a fascist. And the media that created Trump in the first place is now calling him a fascist and going big time overtime to make it clear that he's dark and gloomy.
So do you think we should vote for Hillary to keep Trump out?
I think Trump was always a ringer for the Clintons. I still think that. I think Trump is absolutely doing nothing but try to lose this election. I think Trump has destroyed the Republican Party, has ensured that we have a corporate-controlled, Clinton-based Democratic Party in charge in the United States for at least the next 12 to 16 years. And I personally think everything that we have in the past, certainly everything I hold dear about this country, is about to be eliminated by the Clintons. That's what I think. I think that this is going to be the ultimate takeover of the banks, the pharmaceutical companies, the insurance companies, and the defense military industrial complex. I think Clintons represent those four groups more than anybody. I think Hillary is one of the biggest imperialists, a bigger imperialist, than we have had in the White House so far.
Well,
I think she is a bigger imperialist than Dick Cheney ever thought about being, in part because she saw, what she must think it was a successful run by Dick Cheney and his people. And, that must be because, hundreds of billions of dollars pocketed by the oil and oil services industry must have somehow meaningfully benefited the oligarchs.
are you going to vote?
Honestly, I'm not. I mean, I should say, yes, I'm going to vote because I'm a patriot, blah, 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 but, forget about it. I don't know what Hillary Clinton is for. I just know that there's a whole bunch of people who also don't know what Hillary Clinton is actually for.
Why wouldn't you vote for Jill Stein? Or, I know why you wouldn't vote for the independent candidate, Gary Johnson, but why not Jill Stein?
I mean, if I were voting, I'd vote for her, but,
It's not going to
what's
do
the point?
anything.
What's the point?
That's why
It's a wasted event.
So Swamiji, you're saying you're done with that. How do we refocus our energy? What's your positive angle in all of this?
My positive angle on all of this is that, I'm 68.
I'm not.
I know it.
And you love me and you care about my life.
I do. It's so true. I'm 68 and I'm going to focus on, refining and crafting and refining a spiritual teaching which maybe more than two people will be interested in the world. The thing is this, and the thing we've been saying over and over again here in this blog is that investment in our communities, in the quality of our conversation with one another, is really important. Investing in our children, investing in our health, investing in our welfare, investing in, our elderly. These are real things that we can do for each other as real people. The thing is, they require work and they require us to take a look at ourselves. Because, having just been through a big experience with my mother, I know very well what it is like. I don't know very well because I had more support than probably any other human being on the planet in doing it. It's hard and it really makes us take a look at ourselves. Taking care of our elderly, taking care of our kids is same. It's hard. Talking to each other in a real way about real issues and working at it till we come to some consensus is difficult. Trying to have a conversation about Hillary and not getting dragged all around the block through every kind of bullshit sidetrack issue, is impossible. But, we need to talk about the quality of our environment. We need to talk about the poison that is the earth that we grow our food in, and the poison that is the water we put on our food, and the poison that is the air we breathe, that the plants we're trying to feed off of, are also breathing. We need to talk about that.
And you do talk about that, and we're going to talk more about that in these episodes in the future, especially since we can stop talking about politics. In new episodes from News from the Heart, you will continue to hear the message that I'm getting from Swamiji, which is to focus on our hearts, to focus on the things around us and what we can do to make things truly a sustainable and better place. So I hope you'll join us.